Okay, so Microsoft has updated the Surface Book laptop series with the Surface Book 3. Alongside, they released the Surface headphones, but for today, we're just gonna be talking about the laptop. Now, this laptop hasn't seen many changes within its 5 years of original launch, which I believe was like 2015. It's not seen that many changes. We've had performance spec bumps, and in terms of the design, it's pretty much the same. So we got the chunkier bezels, we have the 2-in-1 tablet experience that you can detach. Last year, the Detached was really slow, but this year, we do have some good news for that. So one of the first things that they really focused on with this new generation was upgrading and improving the tablet detach sequence, which is essentially a button on the tablet that you press, and it basically allows the tablet to detach. Now, this was not a problem today. However, back then, this used to be a really, really long process that used to take a lot of time if you just wanted to get up, detach the laptop, and go. So now they changed this. It's a lot faster, like seriously faster, like a couple seconds long. Before it used to take like 10 seconds. It's much better. Now here's the thing that the Surface Book series has always been known for, and it's their keyboards. This keyboard is very solid, and it's always been pretty solid. Nowadays, a lot of laptops have caught up to this point, so having a good keyboard nowadays really isn't that big of a standout feature, but it continues to carry that awesome keyboard, and the trackpad is also really good. However, one tiny nitpick, it's kind of small, especially when you compare the trackpad to other trackpads like the MacBook Pro, the Dell XPS, where the real estate is much larger. It kind of lacks on size. Now, it's still really precise, really smooth, and you get a nice snappy tactile feel on clicks. It's a good trackpad. The screen is also pretty vibrant and color accurate, so whether it be web browsing or content creation or just gaming, you can get the job done. Now, it's not perfect for gaming. The response times aren't that quick. It's also a touchscreen, so you can pair it with a pen if you're into drawing, and it's pretty good. Also, there's a headphone jack. Now, a headphone jack in a ridiculous place. Like, why would you have a headphone jack up here? I think putting a headphone jack a little lower would have been a great idea. So listening to music with your headphones plugged in at the top of the screen might be a little awkward, but it's a sacrifice you're gonna have to make. So discussing the screen again. While the screen doesn't get incredibly bright, it's a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is like a 4K cropped in slightly. It's good. Panel response times aren't ridiculous, so I wouldn't expect any like FPS gaming on this. Maybe some casual gaming, but response times are not anywhere near like a high refresh rate display. The screen is also pretty sharp, and at medium brightness, you can pull about 11 hours on the battery when it's with the keyboard. Now, you take it off the keyboard, your battery life is gonna get chopped up pretty badly. It's about 3 hours on just the tablet. It's not phenomenal, but I don't think that many people are just gonna be walking around with just the screen, so keep that in mind. Now, the one thing I definitely wanna mention is the webcam on this guy. It's ridiculous. Like ridiculously good compared to the potato quality cameras that are scattered all over the market on webcams. It's like webcams, laptop webcams don't get any love, and Microsoft focused on this one. And speaking of configurations you can rig this guy out with, you can get up to a 1660 Ti within the keyboard, because that's where the extra dedicated GPU power boost is gonna be. Now, you can't do any crazy gaming, like I've said that before. I don't think a lot of people are gonna be buying a Surface Book laptop for gaming. However, you do have a 1660 Ti, so maybe some mid-tier gaming, especially when you're gonna be using this laptop in tablet mode, you're gonna be losing the dedicated GPU on it. But programs now auto switch really quickly, so if you have a graphical intensive program that's using the dedicated graphics card inside, if you do dock it off, that program's gonna switch to the integrated graphics through Intel. And the hinge that connects the screen to the keyboard is also something you don't really see often. It allows for a nice amount of adjustability. It's kind of like a cybernetic spine, so it's something we don't see on laptops pretty often. The hinge is very nice on this laptop for sure. The entire overall build has been as solid as the Surface Books have always been. So the all-metal design is hefty and smooth to the feel, and the keyboard's actually where most of the weight actually sits, where you have the battery stored, the dedicated GPU stored, so the tablet or screen is pretty light. So Microsoft also upgraded the SSD and included Wi-Fi 6 support now. And the I/O is pretty solid on this laptop. So you've got yourself a full-size SD card reader, USB-C, USB-A, and the Microsoft magnetic charger. No Thunderbolt 3 yet, but Microsoft does have some pretty solid I/O on this guy. So let's discuss one of the main features, and I think it's the main selling point of this laptop overall, and that's the 2-in-1 capabilities. So when you take this screen off of the actual keyboard, basically what's happening is you're in a tablet mode. So it's pretty lightweight and it's very snappy for the most part, but there are some limitations that begin to appear because of the 2-in-1 nature. Traditional laptops can store all their components within the keyboard, meaning graphics card, processor, SSD, it can all be in here. Now, because of the two-in-one nature, they put the processor in the screen or in the tablet. Now, that's fine, but you are thermal limited. So what that essentially means is whether or not you have 10th gen Intel chips, they're all quad core and they're thermal limited. So they're not gonna have the maximum raw performance you get out of a traditional laptop. But if you don't value the two-in-one tablet feature that much, there are gonna be other full-fledged laptops like the Dell XPS that are probably gonna be a better choice for you. That being said, the two-in-one nature is what makes this tablet laptop hybrid thing unique. Now, I can tell you one thing, there are much cheaper and more powerful alternatives on the market right now. So take that for what it is. That's pretty much it, guys. I'll have all the description links down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Catch you guys in the next one. Follow me on social media. It'll be down there somewhere. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.